Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the 1099 A form to pay for things. I want to make this video because we're getting a lot of comments on those videos, and I want to kind of reiterate on my opinion on this. And from all of the people who I've came into contact with, individuals who I've asked to submit proof of what they're claiming that you can pay for your house, car, or a boat, RV, whatever, with a 1099A. None of them have came forward with the information. I have had some that say that they don't want to share it because I guess they don't want to. They claim they don't want to get in trouble, and I thought that that was peculiar because if it was legal to do, then why would you get in trouble? I can tell you that people have expressed a lot of interest in it. They come to me and they send me emails and they're like, Steve, can you help me get out of this child support with the 1099? It's been discharged, or my car is already paid for because when they got the loan, they were paid out of my secret Social Security trust fund, so they already got the money. Or Steve, they got 10 times the money because did you know that when they go into your Social Security account that they can get 10 times the money, so they're paid, and then they got 9 times the money, and that all you have to do is you submit the 1099 OID form to actually reclaim your money. And if you don't do that in 3 years, then they're going to be able to get it. And what I do is I tell people you should go to the IRS website because they actually state the 1099A acquisition or abandonment of secured property. This is where all of the confusion comes from because number one, the way that they state it, in one section you would think it's for all property, and then when they get down to it in another section, it's actually talking about real estate, and it's saying that if a borrower, if you borrow money from a lender to purchase property, the lender, and this is where when you say property, uh, a lot of people think any property, but to purchase property, the lender may require the loan to be secured by the purchased property. And they're still using the word property. And you know how it is with English language. Property, car, that's my property. House, that's my property. Boat, that's my property. So we already see we're heading for trouble right there. But reading on, and this is from the IRS.gov website, if you transfer the ownership of the secured property to the lender, such as in a foreclosure or abandon the property, if you abandon the property, decide to leave, and then they do the foreclosure action, or if you had a foreclosure against you, the law may require you to treat the transfer or the abandonment of as a sale of the property, as a sale of the property. If the lender acquires the secured property from you or has reason to know that you abandon or stop using the secured property, the lender sends you a form 1099A acquisition or abandonment of secured property. They send you, they notify you. A lot of people are saying that they don't even send it to you, that they just send that to the IRS, like they're just doing this all undercover. On the form 1099A, the lender reports the amount of debt owed, principal amount, and the fair market value FMW and the secured property uh, of the secured property as the date of the acquisition or abandonment of the property. You, the debtor, use the amount realized to determine a gain or loss on the disposition of the property and report the gain or loss on the Schedule D 1040. So when they send you that form, and this is for real estate on this one, and they get into using it, having a 1099C, but we're specifically talking about the real estate, what they're stating. And I don't even think that this one really happens unless you do a sale with where you have to report that on your 1099. because you're going to have a realized gain, and you could potentially have a loss also, but they want that reported on your Schedule D 1040 form as a gains or losses. And as a matter of fact, if you get that form, a 1099-A form from your lender, you better file that document and disclose the loss or the gain on your taxes. Even if you had a loss, you better include that form, because I can tell you that they are looking for those forms. You got to send those forms in, because they're doing a tracing, a matching, to say that if the bank submitted it, you better submit it, regardless if it's a gain or a loss. Now, moving down to cancellation of debt, when you borrow money, you don't include the loan proceeds in the gross income, because you have an obligation to repay the lender later. But listen carefully. If the subsequent lender cancels that obligation, you may be required to include the amount of the canceled debt in gross income. A commercial lender canceling the debt will issue a Form 1099-C to report the cancellation. On Form 1099-C, the lender reports the amount of the canceled debt, and you must report that as income. You must report that as income, but you can get waivers to waive that amount. So I wanted to make sure that you're clear on that. So now let's talk about some of the things that I've seen happen, where we're getting we got one side where people are saying, hey, it worked. People aren't following it right. They were greedy. They didn't do the documents. That the process was wrong. You got to get it to the trustee, not directly to you, and all of that. I've seen all of that. And actually, 3 months ago, there was several groups of videos that were made by individuals on YouTube, and they all stated that they had to do the trustee stuff, file the paperwork to IRS. Then when that wasn't working, they said the IRS was slow, which they have been slow due to COVID and due to a worker shortage. And then they started saying that the status corrections and all of these things need to be done. We're almost into November, and people haven't been paid. People are complaining, but people keep waiting for that day to happen. But let me tell you what I have been experiencing with people who come to us who have tried this stuff. Because what will happen is that the charges will get reversed. If they do a credit, they do what's called a courtesy credit. This can happen with any lender, because the lender wants to keep you for business. And if there was an accounting record, an accounting error, they know that they have humans in there, and let's look for the document. Get us the canceled check over so we can make sure the payment, however you made the payment, so we can cross check everything. But we'll give you a credit right now. And so people were bragging about the credits, but now they're not bragging about the reversals that have happened. And a lot of people are getting that, having those things happen, and then they come to us. And this is the thing that kind of worries me on this, is that a lot of people that end up taking money, that end up actually filing documents, and they end up taking money, and then they're coming to us to get help to actually have to figure out a way to pay that money back. Uh, it's not just as simple as um, making a mistake on your taxes. They're considering this as fraud. And depending on the level amount, they will choose to pursue you in a criminal fashion, or if your amount was not that much, they pursue you in a civil way by just forcing you to pay. And they say that they're going to garnish any income tax refunds that you have until that's paid. But this is the thing that hurts people, is that it's going to stop you from being able, it's going to slow you down from being able to move forward. I'm not going to use that word stop, because no matter what situation you're in, you're going to always be able to restart and move forward. But it just slows you down, and it slows you down by doing something that really was something that you you wanted to try, and it just it's not panning out for people. So uh, my my opinion on it is that money is we do have when you're born a certain amount of money is created, or they can create money. Say it's just zero, and then when you turn 18 and you can start going to get loans and doing things, that they can actually create the money on your name. So say you want to go get a car for $30,000. If your credit is right, they use that as a standard. Credit is right, they'll get you 30,000 credits from the Fed Reserve or wherever you want to say that they're getting it, and they put that money into circulation. The bank makes money, or the lender makes money on the interest. The car company makes money from producing a product, and you get the benefit of not having to come up with the cash to pay for that item, and you can pay it back over a period of time. That's a very good financial system. It's worked. Everyone in here that's watching this video, there is not one single individual right now that's listening to this video that's not participating somehow, some way in that system. Somehow, some way. So we must admit that our system is good. There's some things that need to be fixed, but we can just say right now, I've been overseas, I've been in other countries when I was in the military, and I still haven't found a better country than the one that we're standing in right now. So I want to hear your comments. I know that they're going to blow up. I want to hear the comments. If you've had success with it and you're willing to share, we'll do a screen share live right here on YouTube, or you can just send it over and I'll comment on it. Send me the documents and I'll comment on it, and we can just kind of move forward from there and enlighten people, enlighten myself, because I'm always open to learning new things. All right, if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, what makes us different. So you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to get your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit reports. The links are below this video. If you have debt collectors coming after you, please grab my 3-pack of letters, statute of limitations, cease and desist collection activities letter, and debt validation letter. You need those to be able to fight debt collectors before they end up trying to take your case to court. It can stop them. Uh, if you if you like this video, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. I'll be in there answering those. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and Founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.